it's an amazing course. I mean, visually it's stunning. I think in terms of its technicality, it poses some interesting problems. Obviously, it's slightly darker than what we're normally used to. We normally fly in the day. There's some really, really heavy penalties as well with a metal frame. You know, you hit something, you're going to go down. So I think they've done a good job. I think they've kept it simple enough in areas so that you can get used to it and we can get some speed in the next couple of days. But it's tricky enough and tight enough to make us earn it, I think, and work for it. No, anyone that knows me really well always says, "Oh, Phil, it's a good thing you're not a surgeon." So, I mean, I've never had really steady hand. I'm quite a clumsy person as well, actually, at times, especially with my hands. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm racing. But I don't know what. I've always into gaming, so I've always kind of enjoyed, and I can use a controller okay. I don't think I've got an unfair advantage. I think a lot of the guys here. Their roles and what they do outside of the racing often kind of complements it quite well. So either they work with technology or they're electrical engineers or various things like that, or and it kind of helps them. For me, I feel very much like it's a whole new skill set that I don't have yet, and one of my biggest sort of difficulties with getting into the hobby and the sport is just kind of picking up on what they have and what they've been, you know, using from their backgrounds that I don't necessarily have. So I'll probably say no. Well, it is racing, but in terms of in this atmosphere where, you know, we've got a set course, we've got a set number of pilots, we've got a timing system, but it's a sport in the general sense that there's many more aspects to flying FPV that's not quite captured in a racing event. So you've got your freestyle stuff, you've got various filming and creative things that you can do with the drones that weren't around a few years ago, not in the same form. So, you know, we would have drones that can film in the sky, but the racers and the FPV, because they're quicker, more agile, we can really get some interesting stuff. And there's some amazing pilots out there that are really showing how this is more than just let's see who can get around the track as quickly as possible. So yeah, I think it is a bit more than racing. I think it is probably a sport, and I hope to see it grow in all those areas. But I think definitely one of the most popular is the racing, because it has that sort of that kudos that you get and that intensity that you get that you don't necessarily get with the creative side of it. So yeah.